Oh, Rome, let's do a segment real quick. Talk about me being on the show last night with Coach Hayes, and so I can plug that video again because a lot of people didn't watch it last night. Um,
Perfect. Yeah, I want to get on you about that. Go ahead.
Hey, bro,
hey, Rome,
you saw
go
you
ahead.
saw his lips were poking out when his
I
camera
got
kept freezing.
I got a screenshot of that. I'm about to send it to her. You got to see Coach Hayes. Coach Hayes, friend, he like rubbing his chin too. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, what these dudes got going on over here, man?
Hey, hey, Coach Hayes, he froze up, rubbing his chin.
Yeah, you was pucking your lips. I said, oh, these dudes wildin', man.
Oh, well, so yeah, we was on there last night, and how did okay, Rome? Yeah, you heard what Coach Hayes said last night about Coach Prime, and you see why I said what I said about Mike Vick.
Yeah.
Like during their day when they was on the field, Coach Hayes agreed with me. Mike Vick, because he touched the ball every time, and he was the face of the Falcons. He was promoted like by the NFL, by the Falcons, and he the times he had the chance to affect the game was so much higher than Coach Prime. That's
Hmm.
why I was saying he had more hype than Coach Prime. Not saying he's a better nothing. It just the camera was on him more. So a lot of kids, they just know what's in front of their face. You
Yeah.
know,
Nah.
to appreciate Coach Prime, you had to understand what a lockdown corner was and who Jerry Rice was and who Michael Irvin was and what he did when he switched this team with that team. You know why him and Andre Rison was fighting. Like you had to understand, like when he was on the helicopter going from the baseball to the football, like how people, some little kids, like I play baseball and football. What that ain't nothing. You know, little kids don't really understand it, but grown people do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think and I even said that in your chat or his chat that, Vic touched the ball every play. So it was and this is a quarterback driven league, man. But Vic, he excuse me, changed the game in a lot of ways, man. He was really the first of his kind who could run like that and still spin it, still throw, 50, 60 yard passes down the field, dog. So he was Showtime, and I put him up there with Prime in regards to like hype on the football field, you know. So I ain't going against you on that, man. I think Vic was, he was on Prime level when it came to that for sure.
Yeah.
Now, how do you feel about the take about the retired jerseys and stuff? And I didn't know what's his name, Rick George. That's the
Hmm.
80. I didn't know he has been in Colorado since the 80s, bro.
Really, I didn't know that either.
He was there when they brought in them kids, when they brought in Cordell Stewart and all that. He was on the staff then,
Mm.
like an
I thought he was acting on Saved by the Bell. Rick George ain't Mr. Belding.
no, no.
oh, oh, he was at
No, hey,
Colorado. Okay.
yeah, that's why I was giving him so much praise because he really the only AD in college football that hired three black coaches. That's why I give him his respect.
Okay, all right. Well, see, we was kind of getting on him a little bit because the retirement of Deion Figures jersey, Cordell Stewart jersey, like Shalom jersey, it took him 17 years to get his. Hell, the dude made it to the league at 19. It took them 17 years to retire his jersey. Like,
Yeah, but
what we doing?
he wasn't the AD then though.
Yeah, he
So he
probably had that pull.
But
yeah
he's been the AD after that, and that's what
right
like why they ain't made it right. Like right now they could have made it right when Deion Figures. Like I haven't seen Deion Figures or Eric Bieniemy in the building since Coach Prime has been there, and I know Deion Figures look up to Coach Prime. So like I don't
I,
know if they had bad words or something, and the relationship got tore, but we was just wondering like, okay, Shador and Travis Jersey getting retired, but when they started talking about Shador and the Hail Mary and all that kind of stuff, they showed Cordell Stewart and his Hail Mary.
Yeah. How long has Rick George been the AD is what I want to know because
well the last three hires he did. So
So it's been there. He's been there for a decade.
so if you do it, okay, a decade. Colorado has been. I think they had a good 2016 season. He probably could have did something then. But aside from that, I'm not doing no jersey retirements when the stands half empty and the team and the program is trash. Now, what I really think they should have done, and I haven't heard nobody say this take, why not bring a couple of them dudes back and retire them with Shador and Travis? Like
And
it
see,
didn't. I think if they would have just not made it about Shador and Travis, but added like people that was missing, Cordell and a couple other guys, to it, did it all at the same time, I think it would have been more received by the public if they would have did it that way.
now that's what I said. I said they should have brought Deion Figures back and retired the two because he had what number two at the same time. Like,
Hmm.
so that's retiring the two from defense and offense. Like,
Yeah,
boom.
yeah,
Like, that would have been cool right there because now numbers are interchangeable. It's like, somebody
yeah.
can have on offense and somebody can have on defense on the same team.
But I think with Cordell Stewart, the reason they can't retire his jersey because they just got their 5-star quarterback who wearing number 10. So
Yeah.
you can't really retire him, and you like, well, Juju wearing 10, like, so it
But
was a lot that went into it, man, to where like it was just some stuff that wouldn't have made sense. And then now that I think about the figures thing, like you retire Shador, he number 2, so
and Jerry Rice
I
was number
understand
two.
both sides. Like you could have been okay, we do this on offense and do this, but people be like, man, what is y'all doing? So
But Jerry Rice was number two. But Deion Figures played back in 91. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He been out the league for a minute. So they could have been retired that jersey if they wanted to. They just didn't. And I'm gonna say this: when they first went to Colorado, when Coach Prime went there on the private jet when they left Jackson, it was a number 2 guy. It was a painting in the hallway, and I was like, "Who the hell is that number 2?" I'm like, "That's Jerry Rice, son." But I'm like, oh, okay, now that was Deion Figures. So they had him on the wall. So that's something George did for him. He had him on the wall, but you didn't have some kind of honoring process, like the Ring of Honor. Put him and Cordell and all them in that. I think that'd be cool.
yeah, I agree. I think this is gonna open up eyes, and I think it's gonna be changing. Like we as not America, just people in general, like we always try to celebrate people too late. Like I see it right now with LeBron James. Like nobody want to give your flowers to you. Like it's too late. So I like this approach of doing it, right now. So, but what problem that's going to stir up is like the people that you missed. So I think this will change to where they're like doing people right now, but they'll still have to figure out like how to involve the people that they missed or skipped over. So I think that's what they got to still try to figure out. So maybe you do the new people and like we were just saying, mix in some of the old people and just do them all at the same time. But they got to figure it out. But I like celebrating people right now.
No, I agree. But check this out. I think one thing a lot of people forgetting about. Remember when Prime first got there? What's my man name that didn't get his Thorpe Award trophy, the wide receiver? He went and got it for him.
Oh yeah, yep,
You see
yeah,
what I'm saying? So that's why I was shocked when they was trying to criticize him for what he did for Travis and Shador. I'm like, well,
Hold on. Back up the bus. Back up
what
the bus. You talking about a guy that didn't get
Westbrook?
a
Yeah, Michael Westbrook. Remember when Prime first got there? He didn't have it. He never got his trophy.
he won it but didn't get the trophy.
Yeah,
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
and Prime had a trophy made for him and put in the trophy case, and he got one at his house. So he's not just doing stuff for his kids. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well,
and he didn't. It wasn't even his idea for this. Like it was Rick George.
yeah. So all right. So that's what we're saying. It's like, okay, Rick George had the idea to do this, but he ain't had the idea to get was Westbrook his trophy. You know what I'm saying? This whole thing is some players are getting love. Coach Prime is showing love to guys that didn't have trophies and getting them trophies. But Rick has been there the whole time. That's really not Coach Prime's job. I'm glad Coach Prime did it, but like, why hasn't Rick taken care of the old players? He got the mindset to take care of the new current players, but you should take care of the current players and the old players at the same time.
He's the AD man, and the AD, the A stand for always thinking about, and the D stand for dollars. Like he knows if he do the right thing right now with Prime and his players and his boys, He gonna get Prime to stay. Them dollar signs gonna keep like it's all about money. Like bringing and retiring Westbrook and them jersey, like that one gonna have no financial gain for him. And I honestly think Rick George knew there was gonna be controversy with him retiring these boys' jerseys this early, and Colorado was gonna keep getting talked about, whether it was good or bad. And I think that's what Rick George is at right now. Is he don't care how people are talking about him, whether it's good or bad, as long as they are talking about him. I
Yeah,
think that's Rick George mindset, dog.
I got you. All right, so